food is pretty cool, right? Like, organisms need it to live. You just need it to survive. It's not like water, but at the same time, it's just as important as water. Food is vital to human beings surviving. If you don't eat, like, I think 21 days or something, you'll die. Your body will start eating up all the fat, and you die. But on a surface level, right? Like food is just cool. There's so many different types of food. You can get Chinese food, you can get like regional food, American food, Italian food, Indian food, Chinese food, like I said in the beginning. It's all different types of food and it's all based regionally, but also different types of like animal based food that you can eat. Or if you're if you're vegan and if you're not into that type of stuff, you could eat like plant-based food or more organic type of foods like that, like almond milk or veggies or fruits and stuff like that. But it's just the fact that there's so much food that you can do and make and create and all that and gather. It's just it's like the world itself is its own buffet. And then comes the fact that if you give somebody food, especially food that they like, that's like one of the greatest gifts of life that you can do. You can one of the greatest deeds you can do actually. And giving somebody food, A when they're hungry and B when they want that food, like that specific food, like it's their favorite. You'll make their day infinitely better. Whether you'll notice it or not, it improves. And that's just on the basis of the fact that human beings just gather food and we need to eat it. And that's just been a fact of life ever since Neanderthals were walking on the planet, gathering food with people. And that's just also been a fact of life ever since agriculture and the industrial revolution happened. Even though we have technology, we still need food. Who's gonna be there to operate the technology if nobody else is there? If we don't have food? Food is such an important part of life that sometimes, and if not most of the time, it's taken for granted. You get a full plate of like rice or something, and you can't eat all of it, so you leave it there in the fridge, or you throw it out. Not everybody has a resource for food. And this isn't like a guilt trip thing. It's just a fact of life. There's a surplus of food, but not everybody has food. And it's a sucky thing, but until the future arrives or until somebody does something about it, that's just the way things are. And there are people doing it or changing things. Activists, people on the front lines, giving out food, handing out water, people in technology labs trying to create better resources for food, trying to find better ways to make food. There's people changing it. At the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? Because we're all trying to help each other out. Since we all require this one thing, and that is food. Food, no matter how you get it, no matter what it is, somebody will always like it. Now, it doesn't mean go around eating people, because cannibalism isn't a good food. Don't be doing that. But if you buy somebody food, if you make somebody food, if you gift to somebody food, you and that person will appreciate it, no matter what. If you're hungry enough, or if you love that person enough, you'll always love food. I guess the main point of this is I haven't eaten breakfast, so I'm hungry.